1,000 have been killed in Turkey and Syria earthquake. Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi inaugurated on Sunday the 6th session of Egypt International Petroleum Exhibition and Conference Egypt 2023. Officials described the exhibition as the most important event in North Africa and the Mediterranean countries, as executive heads in the energy, oil and gas sectors worldwide attended the event. The exhibition draws attendance by the energy ministers, government representatives, high-ranking officials in the EU, secretaries of major international energy organizations, business leaders and investors in the energy sector. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi attended a dialogue session on the importance of cooperation in the field of energy and climate change. He said the Mediterranean Gas Forum plays an important role in increasing the gas discoveries lately. As Sisi stressed that the Eastern Mediterranean Gas Forum helped in absorbing the negative effects of the Russian-Ukrainian crisis. For his part, Minister of Petroleum and Mineral Resources Tariq El-Molla asserted that the pivotal and important role of the Eastern Mediterranean Gas Forum in strengthening the regional cooperation and increasing gas exports from Egypt and the Eastern Mediterranean countries to Europe through the Egyptian liquefaction facilities by nearly 1.5 times during the last year. He pointed that the successes of the petroleum sector continued last year as oil exports increased to reach $18.2 billion, in addition to achieving surplus in the petroleum trade balance for the third successive year, estimated by $3 billion. In his speech addressing Egypt's 2023, the General Secretary of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, Haytham El-Ghais, expressed his appreciations and gratitude to President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in sponsoring this important event in the oil industry. He asserted that this indicates the great interest in the energy industry in general and the oil and gas industry in particular, as well as the role of Egypt as a leader in the energy market. Arab League's summit supporting Jerusalem entitled Solidarity and Development kicked off on Sunday in the Arab League headquarters. Attending the summit was President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Jordan King Abdullah II, President of Palestine Mahmoud Abbas, and representatives of the Arab League member countries, foreign ministers and senior officials of the international and regional as well as the Arab organizations. Addressing the event, Sisi said Cairo's stance toward Jerusalem is solid. He said Egypt will work with all parties to draw calm to the West Bank and Gaza. He said any Israeli measures aimed at changing the historical and legal status of Jerusalem is rejected. He said seizing land by force is against the UN Security Council resolutions, adding that the Israeli practices against Jerusalem's people will have dire consequences. He said that he was renewing his call for the international community to adopt two-state status in Jerusalem. Jordan's monarch said the region cannot enjoy peace and prosperity while the Palestinian cause is at a standstill. Speaking at the Arab League Support Palestine session, he called for support to the legitimate rights of the Palestinians under the international resolutions. He said any attempt to jeopardize the current stance will draw repercussions that will impede the security and stability of the whole region. He called for ceasing Israeli infringements and aggression in the occupied territories and for a stop to the Israeli attempts to divide Jerusalem. The Jordanian monarch said ending Israeli violation is a condition for two-state solution. He said the Palestinian cause will always be a priority for the Arab issues. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas addressed the Support Jerusalem conference at the Arab League headquarters in Cairo, calling on the Arab brothers to support developmental projects in Palestine. He said the Palestinian people reject all attempts to terminate their cause and are against the Balfour Declaration. He said the Palestinians are committed to the just cause and that the Israeli practices show the need to protect sacred sites. Abu Mazen said the Palestinians have been subject to the biggest forgery of their history, stressing that the Israeli occupation has launched 51 massacres against the Palestinian people. He said that Jerusalem needs the support of the Arab and Islamic nations and that the Palestinians will resort to the UN Security Council for a two-state solution. In his speech to the Support Jerusalem conference at the Arab League headquarters, Secretary General Ahmed Abu Ghait said Jerusalem has been suffering under the Israeli occupation, which seeks to change the identity of the city. He said holding the conference came upon the implementation of the decision of the Arab Summit that was held in Algeria last November to support the resilience of the Palestinians in Jerusalem. The World Health Organization